So hey students, how are you doing today? Good. Glad to hear you're doing well. Hope your semester's going well. What I'd like to do is just give you a little overview of this marketing plan and introduction. Now you can find this either right next to this video, or you can also find it in the back of your ebook. But what I'd like you to do is actually get the PDF version and print it out and have it in hand while you watch this video. There's some other things that you're going to need. Not only the PDF version of this marketing plan, that was the Appendix 2 in your e-text, but also I need you to have a pen or pencil or your iPad or however your phone, however you take notes, because I really want you to take notes and participate in this. If we were doing this actual lecture, I'll call it, although I'm not much of a lecturer, if we were doing this in class, what it would look like is we would all have read this and then we'd be talking about it. I might put you into groups or some such. But what I'm going to have you do now is just basically put on that old thinking cap like we used to do when we were in elementary school. And we're going to go over this. There's two parts, the marketing plan, the introduction. And if you flip through Appendix 2, you'll see that there's part 2 is the sample marketing plan for the Chill Beverage Company. So this is part 1, and then we'll have another video and we'll do part 2. So here we go with this. What you're going to find out is as we go along, I'll be quizzing you, and that's where I really want you to write down your answers as we go along. All right, I hope you're getting the idea here. One thing that you're going to find out is I'm going to provide you plenty of learning materials between my marketing lab and your discussions. So I don't tell you things that you will have read. So you will need to read that text. Okay? All right, here we go. So this is how it's going to work. Now, I just told you something on the first screen, and here's your questions. What should you have in hand when you listen to this video? And there were several things. Write them down. All right, for this next slide, it's just the next little snippet in your PDF, the marketing plan and introduction. What I need you to do is read this paragraph, right now, and then I'll have a question or two for you. Okay, so are businesses the only entities that create marketing plans? And if your answer is yes, try again. And if your answer is no, then tell me just a few, one or two maybe, other types of entities that create marketing plans. Good. All right, so I think you're getting the idea of how this is going to work. I'm going to have you read, so I'll be having you read the purpose and content of a marketing plan, and then you'll move on and you'll have a question and jot down your answers as you go along. All right, and sometimes you'll have 1 or 2 slides to read, and then you might have 2 or 3 questions, so it won't always be 1 question, but that's how it's going to work. And then once we finish the introduction, we will move on to the second video, and we'll take a look at that sample business plan. All right, here we go. So read this, move on to the next, answer the question. How do the business plan and the marketing plan differ? And now write down, do all marketing plans have the same sections and the same length? And lastly, are other departments dependent on the marketing department and vice versa? And if so, why? And remember, you can always pause this video to write down your answers. Now here, I want you to read a bit about the role of research and then answer the questions. Or should I say, question, what kind of information is provided by research? And now read this brief but very important paragraph on the role of relationships. Now, can you name 3 types of relationships other than customer relationships that are considered to be important to success? And now finally, read from marketing plan to marketing action, and then answer the questions. How frequently does a business need to create a marketing plan? And how can we tell if a marketing plan is meeting its goals? Okay, you got through all of that? Good job. So next we're going to do part 2. We'll go and take a look at a sample marketing plan. But before we do that, this is what I want you to do. Go open an email message to me in Blackboard, all right? Answer your questions there. Put your answers to your questions there. So you wrote them down or typed them somewhere or whatever. Put your answers there briefly, all right? Yeah, you don't need to fully explain everything. It's okay, as long as I get the idea. And in your own words, by the way. Also, the reason you want to do that is because I'm going to give you some extra credit. Now that's to be determined. I really don't know what I'm going to do yet, but you will get some extra credit for your due diligence in watching the virtual lecture all the way to the end. And after you've sent me that message, then go ahead and put or move on to the other video. All right, good job.